Ben Kitili from the Nation Center. Yes, indeed, we are at the Governor's office here in Mombasa. We came here for the 20th anniversary celebrations of the ODM party. And joining me right now is the Governor of the County of Mombasa, Abdulswamad Nassir, also the Deputy Party Leader of the ODM party in charge of resource mobilization. Governor, thank you very much for joining us.
Just give me a new title. I'm not in charge of resource mobilization. I'm the Deputy Party Leader.
Deputy Party Leader.
Resource mobilization is a collective responsibility. And when we do something, someone is assigned something, but it's just for that particular. Yeah.
All right. I beg your pardon for that. Let me start with this. The ODM party has posted your swearing in and indicated the new party leadership that has now been confirmed following that national national NTC, allow me to shorten it. And part of the comments on the ODM X account was from one Kihato Eric that says the success of these leaders will depend on how well they balance legacy with innovation and unity with inclusivity. I choose to start this particular interview with this. How will you balance legacy with innovation and unity with inclusivity?
First and foremost, we live in a very evolving world. Secondly, where we are right now, we cannot continuously just hang on the tailboards with the hope that whatever it is that was being done, because it was already achieved. If it was an issue of devolution, which our party leader fought for, we already have devolution in place. If it is an issue of a new constitution, one of the best constitutions in the world, we already have that. The dimensions and the diversity of our discussions and our thinking should actually be centered on what are we going to do to be able to implement. And that's how you're going to shift from legacy into continuity for this.
All right. Before we take the next question, we'll be taking a very, very quick break. And when we come back, we'll be getting deeper into this interview with the Governor of Mombasa and the Deputy Party Leader of the ODM party. Welcome back. You're watching NTV, and we continue with this interview with the Governor of County 001, Abdulswamad Nassir. The reason why I asked that question following the comment by Kihato Eric on X was because the leadership today here that was confirmed, and you even took oath of office, is a leadership of a party, of a national party. And many would say, what is the youth representation in this new leadership?
First of all, we're all fresh in party leadership. It does not necessarily mean that we have been in party leadership long enough. Gladys is new in the hierarchy of the party. I am new in the hierarchy of the party. Probably the one who had been there and on a different capacity as the vice chair and now is the deputy party leader is Simba. But do we have youthful people in the Central Committee? Of course we do. We have the SG, I don't think is old. But then at the same time, in the spirit of doing exactly that, by being able to envelope and protect the legacy and have institutional memory and equally bring in wisdom. Nothing is more important and more critical at this particular moment than having wisdom. I strongly believe having proposed and getting an endorsement from the National Governing Council for Dr. Buru was the right thing for us to be able to do. Truly the right thing. The same way those who would say that we don't have, if we're going to use age as an issue of politics, allow us also not to talk about others who have or perceive to have less experienced and less knowledgeable people who are in the helm of leadership.
The concern that is coming out about the youth is because the youth make up the largest population.
By all means.
By all means, indeed. But then again, immediately after the death of Raila Amolo Odinga, may God rest his soul in peace.
Amen.
We saw that clamor come out that perhaps it's time the party transitions to, yes, you've said fresh leadership, but even youthful leadership.
But, and there's no doubt about it. I've said this before, and I continue saying it. We're simply and merely custodians of this party. This party belongs to the true defenders, and that is the members of the party. ODM is one of the parties, one of the first parties to actually have a proper ODM youth wing. In tomorrow's celebrations, we're going to be engaging with the young people who are going to be there to listen. And look, a time will come when we will equally have to be able to pass the baton to someone else. Do we have youthful representation in both the National Assembly, the Senate? Do we have youthful representation in the Council of Governors as well? Yes, we do. ODM, as a matter of fact, we have one of the youngest nominated members as well.
One of the statements that I've been hearing in the past couple of days is that as ODM, and this even came out today from the party leader, Dr. Oburu Oginga, we should not allow it to be swallowed by other parties. In fact, he says if you are swallowed, we'll not have a strong negotiating position. What is your understanding from this particular statement by the party leader?
Should it be my understanding or should I explain?
Please explain and also give us your
understanding. I think that would be a better way. First and foremost, there's no political party that is ever formed for the purposes of being in the opposition. There has never been a political party that is ever formed for the purposes of being in the opposition. The last time I checked, I believe the political parties register had something close to, is it 200 plus parties? But the fact that this is a party that has been able to not just take the keen interest of yourselves as the media, but Kenyans at large, means that this is a party that needs to, anyone needs to be able to reckon with. We've said this before, and we keep on insisting on our statement that by 2027, two things are going to happen. We're either going to be forming the government or we're going to be in government. Discussions as to, who we can be able to talk to will come at a time when that is ripe enough. But for now, what Dr. Oburu's statement basically means is we have to strengthen ourselves. We've lost a party leader. We've lost a party leader at a time when every single person gives their own statements. Every person says this. We've got a lot of people, first of all, those people who are placing their hopes on us, that we're going to be able to bring every single person on board. The wisdom of Dr. Oburu has been immense. And all he's simply saying is, let's bring everyone on board. Let's make ourselves strong so that if a time comes that we do need to talk to someone, we're talking at a point where we're a strong party.
The reason I asked what your understanding is of that particular statement is because leaders in ODM, like you said, are giving different positions. And from the account of some of them, they have already been swallowed.
Like?
I will mention even what you said at Raila Odinga's burial, that, and this is verbatim because I listened to this before we came to this particular interview, kwamba ulituacha katika tukifanya na serikali na hatukukusaliti ukiwa hai na hatutakusaliti wakati umefariki. Tutakaa ndani ya serikali ya broad-based. This broad-based government includes President William Ruto, who's going to the 2027 election seeking a fresh mandate.
Right.
So how, by you saying tutakaa ndani katika serikali hii, and even the party saying we will stay in broad-based, how will you be looking to form government if, or at what point will you be considering on whether you're going to even have a candidate by yourself?
Well, first of all, not just a year, 6 months, 3 months. Please tell me, when did Baba declare Kibaki Tosha? Was it like 6 months to the elections? And we saw what was able to happen. So that is a very, very long time between now till then. Our stand in this is that, look, this country was not going in the right direction. The country, a lot of people had actually, we had the army on the streets. A decision had to be made, a decision that the party leader, even in death, will protect, that he never did out of any dictatorial policy, but he actually consulted us as party leadership, went out to party members across the country and consulted them as well. Eventually, party organs made a decision that yes, it's wise enough for us to be in. Hear me out. In the broad-based, we don't have a coalition. Let me make this very clear.
That background is not in doubt.
We don't have any coalition at all. What we do have is a 10-point agenda, and probably the next following question would be, where has that reached? We did agree, even when Baba was alive. In fact, that's one of the things that the current party leader, when he calls the next central committee, will be an issue that we will be discussing, is there was a committee that was actually formed, not of politicians, but of technocrats, to go through the nitty-gritties of those 10-point agendas that we actually mentioned and was signed in front of everyone. We never did this behind the scenes or behind the curtains, but we signed this in front of everyone. There's going to be a full report that is going to be tabled to us. These are some of the things that we are saying that we are in this, so we can be able to better this country.
All right. All right.
It's easy to be populist enough and start saying that, you know what, let's start throwing mud from now, so come 2027. But you know, I've said this, and I said this earlier on today as well. Between now till 2027, chances of someone, getting married, a couple having a baby, and by 2027 the baby is probably crawling, and in some instances the baby already wants to walk. That's a whole life that we have to be able to consider between now till then.
Between now and 2027, this 20th anniversary celebrations to some are a political activity. Of course, this is a political party, but a political activity perhaps indicating the way forward for the party. President William Ruto has confirmed attendance from what we are getting for the founder members meeting. Many are asking, is it foolproof that President William Ruto is not taking over ODM?
When you say taking over, in what sense? We're funded by the political parties fund. The same way UDA is funded in similar manners. We're funded by party membership subscriptions, including from myself and others who hold different positions. There has never been a time when the president has ever come to any of our central committee meetings to talk to us about anything. There's never come a time when we have discussed with him formal party matters. So I don't think such a conversation actually exists. And I want to re-emphasize this, that yes, we are a political party. Whatever it is that we do will have a connotation of politics in it. But this is something that was planned prior to Baba leaving us. Mind you, this is something that was planned probably a year before today. We postponed it because the old man was traveling at that time, and he was actually very much insisting that we continue with the plan. His intention was to have seen this celebration go exactly at the same day that the party was actually formed. We convinced him that it's best we wait for him. Things have happened the way they have, but the plans, everything that we're actually doing here was already prior planned. And all we're doing is recognizing all the former, amongst the top 5 leaders of ODM. One of them is Balala. I believe number 2 was our late party leader, Raila Amolo Odinga. I believe number 3 was Professor Anyang' Nyong'o. I stand to be corrected. Please don't pelt stones at me because of that. But I think number 4 was Ruto, William Samoei Ruto.
Amongst the top 5?
Amongst the top, yeah. So, I mean, it's a founder's dinner. It's a founder's dinner, it's a founder's dinner.
All right.
You know?
In this dinner, we'll be seeing so many...
in my school, I get invited for an old boys get-together. Does not mean that I'm going back to school. I want to buy that school, or I want to swallow that school.
All right.
I'm simply invited to an old boys school.
All right. Excellency, I would really have loved to continue this particular conversation, but the time that was set aside for us has unfortunately run out. However, the position about where Baba left the party is something that keeps coming up, and different interpretations and misinterpretations right from when Baba was being buried. Where did Baba leave ODM?
You want to know that Baba left a party that is truly intact? The fact that we were able to do a national governing council within a period of a month, even with all the pain that we have in us, realize that the right thing for Baba would have wanted us to do is put our leadership in order, get endorsement from all the 47 counties today, without swaying, without having anyone so far talking about that I'm defecting because I'm not happy with any decisions that have been made. The wisdom that our current party leader has, bringing everyone on board, and the conversation that we have continuously been talking about, talk to everyone. Don't take anyone as an enemy. Talk to everyone as a potential friend. That is the ODM that you'll be seeing.
And that is where
that is the strong ODM that we intend to be able to take forward.
John, 30 seconds. The question about ODM now, with the exit of Baba, potentially losing support from the rest of the country and remaining as a Luo Nyanza party. This is a question I asked the party leader the other day. Is a question that falls on you as leaders of the other parts of the country to still maintain your regions within ODM. How are you going to handle this?
Sometimes you don't show all your cards, but all I can tell you is that, one, we have by-elections that are upcoming. We have candidates in those areas that are ODM candidates. Our next intent after this, immediately we'll be going to concentrate on those particular by-elections. We're going to win those seats. And we're not just going to win those seats. I want to re-emphasize my words that I said at Baba's funeral, that I said today, and I repeat right now here in front of Ibrahim of NTV. No political party has an intent of being in the opposition. Come 2027, two things are going to happen. We're either going to be forming the government or we're going to be part of government.
Thank you very much. Asante sana, the governor of the county of Mombasa, Abdulswamad Sharif Nassir, also the deputy party leader, one of the 3 deputy party leaders of the ODM party, confirmed today by the NGC that was held here. Thank you very much for watching this interview. I take it back to you in studio, Ben.